What's going on, everyone? It's Alec here at Soulful Guitar Lessons. So today's lesson is going to be really fun. If you are trying to get out of your pentatonic rut, so you know a couple pentatonic shapes, but you don't know how to add color to your solos, and your solos kind of just sound like scales, today's lesson is for you. So this is geared towards intermediate, advanced players. Grab your guitar, follow along with me. It makes it a lot more fun, a lot easier too. When you're just following along. So check it out. So today's lesson, we're going to be dealing with the E minor pentatonic scale. But there's going to be some twists and turns, so I want you to stick around for a bit. So check this out. So we have E minor, right? We have this E minor shape, which is just X, 7, 9, 7, 8, 7. Right? We have this E minor 7 shape. Now, normally we can play this pentatonic scale, right? This shape right here. Which starting on the A string is 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 8, 10, 7, 10, and then back down, 10, 7, 10, 8, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7. I feel like I'm doing mathematics every time I have to recite these. We have this pentatonic shape, right? So we can use that pentatonic shape over this, right? And that sounds good. That sounds like it's in the right key, right? So, right? So if we're soloing, E minor shape comes up, or we're in the key of E minor, we can use that scale. That's all good. So if you're like a intermediate player, you probably know that already, all right? So that's why I wanted you guys to stick around. The real key is using, like, taking information you know and then just repurposing it. So in our instance right here, check this out. You can use this exact same pentatonic scale. And I want you to move it all the way up here so your first finger is on the 14th fret. Now, you're probably being like, Alec, that's a B minor pentatonic scale, and it is, but the crazy thing is you can play that scale over E minor. Yeah, you can play this B minor scale over an E minor song. You know, if you're in the key of E minor, you can play this, and this, you can play the B minor, and this is how it would sound. Right? It's just a crazy outside sound. The way to kind of get this under your fingers is practice with a metronome, right? So I would practice nice and slow. If you're not familiar with the scale, you know, 80 beats per minute, nice and slow. And then you want to start making musical phrases. So if you're in the key of E minor 7, right? You can start making little ideas, like try this out. Right, so, and then, right? Just that idea, which is up here on the highest notes of the scale, right? And just try taking that little motif and working your way around it. Now, if you're still sticking around, that's great, because we can take this concept even further. So in our pentatonic world, guitar players love the pentatonic scale, right? And the reason is it's just so much information, but we can take this B minor and also play E minor. So we can switch back and forth. So check this out. We can play a B minor, pentatonic, B minor, and now it's an E minor, right? Right? So B minor, E minor, B minor, E minor. And we can switch back and forth in between the two, making crazy cool phrases. So I want you guys to practice this. I want you guys to take this. And, you know, if you're not familiar with the pentatonic scale, practice the scale nice and slow. But if you are, just throw on a backing track or throw on your favorite song in the key of E. Practice this idea. And once you feel like you got that solid, you're not done, because then you got to do it in other keys. So check this out. Another great key for guitar is A minor, right? So if we're going to take this same concept, right? So now if we're in the key of A minor, we can play, if we're gonna like, the musical term is transpose, but if we're gonna play everything now relative to A minor, we can play an E minor pentatonic. So it sounds like this. And so you want to practice it in other keys. So like for me, the big landmark and like how I figure this out is like, all right, I'm in the key of E. So my ring finger dictates what the pentatonic scale, like the derivation, will be. So in the key of E, my pinky is on a B note, right? Great. So that means I can play the B minor pentatonic. In the key of A minor, my pinky is on the E, and so on and so forth. Say we're in the key of C minor, right? My pinky is on the G, so I can play a G minor pentatonic. It all relates back to the chord. Take that, run with it. I know you're gonna have a great time messing around with that. Experiment. There's gonna be front doors and back doors to all these scales, and it's just such a rewarding, cool outside sound. You know, it doesn't sound so scaly. It doesn't sound so in the box, I guess. It just sounds really, really cool and creative, and you can, like, especially if you have overdrive or delay and all that fun stuff on, you can really, really take these concepts to the moon. Thank you for watching today's video on Soulful Guitar Lessons. If you're looking to learn more about soulful guitar playing, check out this video or video series. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button.